Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to harvest your tomatoes for the absolute best flavor and how to get more abundant harvest from your tomato plants later in the season. Now these tomato plants and I have been through a lot so far this summer. I've had to relocate them several times due to deck construction. We've had rats nibbling at them, had to keep them covered due to the heat wave we've had, and now they're finally ready to harvest and I can't wait. These are the beautiful Golden Jubilee tomatoes, one of my favorites, absolutely delicious. Now when you're harvesting tomatoes for the absolute best flavor, timing is key. I like to let them vine ripen, and how I tell when they're ripe on the vine is when I give them a little squeeze, they have a bit of a give, and there's a soft indentation in the tomato. This one is prime and ready for harvest. In harvesting tomatoes, don't pull the tomato from the vine as you could damage the main stem. Instead, use a pair of sharp precision pruners with a curved tip, as the tip will angle away from the stem and won't damage it. By leaving part of the stem on the tomato when you harvest it, you're prolonging the shelf life once you bring it inside, and you can enjoy it for even longer. Wow, that is beautiful. There's an absolutely gorgeous one back here and a nice little stem that I can leave intact. I gotta pull this out and show you guys. This no doubt is nearly a 1 pound tomato, a nice stem to leave intact when I bring it in the house so I can enjoy it for many, many days. Let's harvest all the rest of the vine ripened ones from this plant. Oh man, I can't wait to eat these. Smaller one down here at the bottom. Ah, this one's got some holes in it. Darn rats. This one is the big kahuna. We save the best for last. I've been eyeing this one, dying to harvest it. I've been waiting for this day all summer. All the time I put in is worth it now. Now is a good time to talk about this tomato. It could be a worm, but it could be a rat, and we have had some issues with that. The rats like ripe tomatoes just like we do. The key is harvest them before they're ripe to protect them from the rats. And I've got one right back here that's a perfect example. Now you might see this tomato on your plant and say, it's not ripe, I'm gonna leave it on the plant. However, with rats around, it's time to take it off. You can harvest tomatoes early at first blush. First blush is when the tomato just starts to turn color like it is here, a little bit green at the bottom. And it will continue to ripen on your countertop or in a paper bag and will still have delicious flavor. So we'll leave a little bit of the stem here, and this way we get it before the rats do. Here's some more tips for the best flavored tomatoes. You can ripen this on your countertop, put it out of direct sunlight so it helps it last longer, or a little tip I like to do is place it in a paper bag, seal the paper bag up, and then put this on your countertop, and the ethylene gas will release in the paper bag, which will help speed up the ripening process. Another flavor tip, don't refrigerate your whole tomatoes because the refrigeration will diminish the flavor and the texture. Once you slice them, put them in the refrigerator, but while they're whole, just store them on your countertop. We have all of our Golden Jubilees off. Now we've got some banana legs tomatoes to harvest. These are a super fun tomato. Little light stripes on them and a little leg on the bottom. They're so cute. And I still have more to harvest. And we can't forget the Tiny Tims. We just harvested a ton of tomatoes from our plants. Now what I'm going to do is show you what to do to get even more abundant harvests later on in the summer. Tomatoes are what's called heavy feeders, and to give us more tomatoes, they're going to need more food. What I'm going to do now is called a mid-season boost. I'm going to put some compost at the base of each of my tomato plants, but it doesn't stop there. In order to activate all the microbes in the compost, I'm going to water it in with a 1/4 teaspoon of Monterey Epsom salts at the base of the plant. And Epsom salt has magnesium sulfate in it, which is very important for the production of chlorophyll, which is critical for photosynthesis that turns sunlight into energy, which helps my tomatoes produce more fruit. The magnesium sulfate in the Epsom salts will also help the tomato plants absorb all the essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which will also help them produce a lot more fruit later on down in the season. Now for the best part, eating it. My favorite pico de gallo raw salsa. For that, I'm going to pick a few peppers, pull an onion, and snip a few chives. This is where the fun begins. One of my favorite, easiest fresh salsas. Chop everything up, throw it in a bowl, and then eat it raw. Let's get our tomato core out. I love this tomato knife. Can't wait for the salsa. Amazing. Gotta add the different color with the banana legs tomato. And then there's the early cascade. Okay, we got the peppers. Gonna zip up the flavor with a little bit of heat. This is the beautiful Tropea lunga red onion. I'm gonna peel it, then I'm gonna chop it. Now for the chive snip. And these chives smell absolutely amazing. Squeeze of lime, sea salt or 2, fresh ground pepper. Give it a quick stir to mix all the flavors and the colors. Camera guy is out from behind the camera to give this a try.
Filming this has made me hungry.
Oh, definitely. Okay, dig in. You're gonna wanna watch out for those hot peppers, Jerry.
I'm not a hot guy.
You are not a hot pepper guy. All the beautiful flavors, textures, and beauty of our Garden Fresh Pico de Gallo with 3 tomatoes, 2 peppers, an onion, and chives. Oops, I lost it.
We're not worried about how this looks.
It ain't pretty, but it sure is delicious. My first salsa of the season. We're enjoying our harvest already. Thanks for watching. See you next time in the garden.